You know, there's nothing better than jumping into the kitchen and... Wait a minute, is this segment called Cooking Without Connie?
Cooking Without Connie.
That would be for me.
I've got to share with you one of my favorite dishes that's made by my cousin, German potato salad. It is so good. Take a look. So let's talk a little bit about the ingredients that we have today. So we've got black pepper and salt. Today we'll be using pink salt, mayonnaise, the Yukon Gold potatoes, and we'll talk about why you want to use that. Then we've got a little chopped bacon here, and tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here, Vera.
This is chopped onions, and that's pickles.
Okay.
Diced pickles, and I got it this time out of a jar.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little red peppers in there and carrots. Usually I don't use this, but I try it today.
All right, wonderful. And then what we would use typically making it here, if you don't have access to getting to a German delicatessen or to a store that sells German foods, is you would use vegetable broth. But instead of vegetable broth, what we have today, Vera, tell us about these two.
This is chicken broth or vegetable broth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you use this here is mayo. You can use mayo, ham, and pickles.
Okay.
So that's basically, except in Germany you use a different kind. It's like a bologna type,
but it's a
more leaner.
Yeah, leaner,
very
not
lean.
fatty.
Yes.
So that's why using bologna is not a substitute. Don't use bologna, but you actually want to use
ham.
You want to use ham.
Yes.
And so then, or as
cooked ham,
or yes, cooked ham, or as you would say, it's
Leona.
Yes, Leona. And so when you buy this at a German delicatessen, because this here is the secret ingredient, when you buy this at the German delicatessen, you are buying Fleisch Salat, and we'll have the ingredients, of course, documented. So again, these are your easy ingredients for the German potato salad that I just absolutely love at the holiday time. But this is something you can make at any time of year. As you can see, we're cooking the bacon to it being crispy. You don't want to undercook it. You still want it to be a crispy bacon. And we'll be saving that oil because, again, that's going to give us the whole flavor that we need for the potato salad. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I love this potato salad so much, is because I can taste that bacon, but it's not overpowering, and it's just a mix of some of my favorite things. Now, while the bacon is cooking, take note here that the Yukon potatoes have been boiled whole, and boiling them whole to get them cooked till they're soft, and then you set them aside and you cool them. And once the potatoes are cool, then you peel the potatoes by taking the skin off. So you're going to boil the potatoes with the skin on, and then you're going to let them cool, and you'll peel those potatoes, and then let them cool a little bit longer, and then you're going to thinly slice your potatoes into little round slices, as you can see here. So you're going to thinly slice those potatoes. Ooh, the bacon smells so good. Yeah, and so normally then, as you can see, this bacon is getting crispy. So if we were going to saute the onions, this would be the time. Oh, it looks so tasty. This would be the time that we would add the onions to the hot oil, because then that would soften those onions. And again, we don't want to burn the onions. We just want them to soften a bit. And we would put them in and let them soften up, and then we would set it to the side. But for our dish today, we're going to have those onions fresh and raw. So what's next, Vera?
Okay, I'm going to put a little salt.
And again, we're using
not too much, because the bacon is salty.
Ah, so I see here she's adding 3 pinches of salt.
Yeah, because the salt is definitely, you can use white peppers, black pepper, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And it looks like she's adding here about 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. Just kind of shaking it in there. And now we're going to add
onions.
The onions. Now again, if we were sauteing these onions, The onions would be added last with the bacon. But in this case, it's raw, so we're going to add them now. And now here comes the pickle mixture. So the dill pickles are what you want, kosher dill pickles. It's going to give you just that right amount of vinegar, dill taste. Do not confuse and add sweet pickles, bad idea. And definitely don't use a relish. So again, you want to use those sliced dill pickles, and you can dice them up. In this case, we have something that's got a little red pepper, as well as the dill peppers included. Oh, and now here comes the Fleischsalat. So the Fleischsalat has already, again, the German pork that we talked about, which is the Lana, right?
Leona.
So it has a Leona. It's got the pickles in it. It's got a little bit of onion and the mayo.
See,
looks so good. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
And if you don't have it, you just have to make it yourself.
Yeah, so if you don't have it, just make it yourself, or do what we're doing for the purpose of today's discussion and sharing with you. Go to the German delicatessen and buy it already made. Now, as we mentioned, it does have mayo in the Fleischsalat. So here we're going to take that glass where we have the vegetable broth. We're going to add a little bit more of the mayonnaise, about 1/4 cup. And then we're going to pour the vegetable broth into it and mix it up. Make it a little saucy. So we're going to just whisk it and make it a little saucy. This is going to allow for your potato salad to really adhere all the ingredients. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that your cooked potatoes, they're room temperature. And that allows the potatoes to still remain a little firm, but because they're warm, they're absorbing all of the flavors of the different ingredients that are added in, because the potatoes are warm to room temperature. You don't want them to be hot, because then it'll break apart as you're stirring it. So again, you just want them to be room temperature and mixing it up so it's absorbing all of that great flavor. And again, everything at this point has been added. The Fleischsalat, the black pepper or white pepper, the 3 pinches of salt, the vegetable broth, the pickles, the onions, and of course the potatoes. And as we mentioned before, you set that bacon aside with the oil. Don't discard the oil, and you add the bacon last. So let's see here. Looks like we got maybe about 3 tablespoons. Probably need about 3 tablespoons of oil. This bacon here wasn't as fatty as we needed it to be. So it looks like we got about 2 tablespoons of oil in there when you probably need about 3. But it looks like it's stirring together really well. Oh my goodness, I cannot even begin to tell you how this is my favorite dish. It's just something different at our table over the holidays, and it's changed my idea and concept about loving potato salad. This absolutely is my favorite.
If you want a little more mayo, you're welcome to it.
Okay, so again, you can taste it. See if you want to add a little bit more mayo to it, because remember, salt. Mayo has the vinegar and the tang. Taste it to see if you need to add a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, and that those ingredients are added to taste.
The liquid.
Oh yeah, see, the potatoes have really soaked up the liquid, so we're going to transfer it into our serving bowl now that it's all mixed. Now this dish also can be served with just about any side meat. It can be beef, it can be pork, chicken, or even fish. We are going to get a chance to try it with pork schnitzel. This is a breaded slice of pork loin that's then cooked in the oven, so you get the crunch from the pork schnitzel, and then you get that nice little crunch from the potatoes and the pickles. I can't talk about it enough, so that means I gotta go. Bon appetit, or in German we say
Guten Appetit.
Guten Appetit.
I don't think so.
Ah, yay.
Yes.
Okay, Now,
So if you like a little more salt, you can add a little pinch, but be careful because the potatoes will soak it all in.
okay, okay,
So I'm not a salt person.
okay. Oh, now this is my little taste.
You want me to?
Let's see what we got here, because again, this is my favorite. And
Good?
yeah, I like that. And I got just enough of the bacon. Yeah,
It's good?
that's good.
Good. Thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Okay.
All
You
right.
see how consistent the potatoes are? See, they're still firm.
Yeah.
You don't want them mushy. See? Oh.
Yes. So now you see why this is one of my favorite holiday dishes, and I get a chance to, of course, spend this time with my cousin. And I hope that you'll take the time to not only add it to your table during the holidays, but this is a great dish for you to add year-round, especially living in Arizona. This is a dish that's best served room temperature or cold. You don't want to serve it hot because it's got mayonnaise in it. So this makes it a great dish also for you to use lightly if you want to do something in the summertime. Some people even make these dishes with sauerkraut, or they'll add a little bit more pickles. There's another recipe in which you can add, Italian salad dressing. You can make it with ham, without ham, serve it again cold or hot. So lots of different variations. I hope you find the one that you like. Thank you so much for taking the time to share this dish with me, and I hope that you enjoy it just as much as I do. Happy holidays!
Here's what's coming up from the Connie Colla Group tomorrow.